What if I told you there was an area in Maryland where the average cost was roughly almost $4 million? It takes a private boat just to even get there.
Or that in one Maryland zip code, your neighbors might include a Supreme Court justice, tech billionaires, and executives running America's most prominent companies.
Today we're going to go over Maryland's 6 wealthiest zip codes and where all these ultra wealthy people are living in and around the area.
Welcome to Maryland's uber wealthy enclaves. Let's dive into it.
Be sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe below so that you can stay current on everything that we have going on here in and around the Baltimore, Metro, Maryland area.
Selling real estate in the Baltimore, Maryland area for over the past 10 years. We've both had tons of experiences selling these crazy houses, or at least showing them to clients, because they are not a dime a dozen here in Baltimore, but the uber wealthy find the most beautiful places to live and have some stunning homes to show for it. Let's talk about where these neighborhoods are and who is living in them. Maryland has a very unique wealth profile. Unlike new money in Miami or some of the flash of New York City, what we find here in Maryland's wealth is often discreet. Old money, people who have been here for generations, government money, government contracting money. That's the type of wealth that you're gonna see in and around Maryland. And we're gonna talk about some of the most prominent neighborhoods where you're going to find these homes and talk about the people who live in them.
Let's start with the raw numbers. Here in Maryland's 6 most expensive zip codes based on median home sales prices. Number 6, we have Annapolis waterfront. So the 21401 zip code, which has a median price point of $1.2 million. Number 5, we have Davidsonville with a 1.3 median price point. Then we have Bethesda and Potomac, each around that $1.6 to $1.7 value. And then Chevy Chase at almost $2 million. And then finally, Gibson Island, which is approaching $3.9 million for the median home.
For perspective, the national average home price is $420,000. So Gibson Island is gonna be 10 times the national average. And it's no surprise, it's one of the most prestigious and well-kept secrets in and around Maryland when it comes to luxury living. So who exactly lives in these homes? Let's dive into it. Chevy Chase is interesting because over 94% of the people living there have a bachelor's education, 72% have advanced degrees, and that makes sense because a lot of them are working for the government. Your neighbors can include government workers at a very high level, Supreme Court justices, and often diplomats. It's very accessible to the city and also very accessible to public education with great options, and also some of the private schools that these diplomats and government officials love to send their children to.
Not to mention some of the most exclusive golf clubs in the entire state.
You would. Up next is Potomac, which is a little bit more north in Montgomery County, and it offers a very similar profile, but people want a little bit more land. So same exact type of person is living there, they just want to be a little further out and don't mind the extra 15 minutes on their commute. Thinking about relocating to Baltimore? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it all down below.
From top employers to best hospitals and a boatload of other things, all the stuff you'll need to know before making the move to in and around Baltimore. The best part, this guide is entirely free. Just click the link in the description at the top pinned comment. Hope this helps. And then we get into Bethesda, which is also in Montgomery County and is actually the highest concentration of PhD holders in the entire state at 42%.
Gibson Island is the most exclusive zip code in all of Maryland. It's a private island. It only has 190 homes. It requires sponsorship by current residents to purchase one, and the average net worth there exceeds $15 million per household. Primarily second or third homes with access to Annapolis and waterfront living. Everyone there has a boat. I'm just kidding, they might not, but I bet they do.
It's actually a yacht, but
that's fair.
And then next up is actually one of my favorite places in Anne Arundel County, because it's not all the way into the hustle and bustle of Annapolis. It's just outside, and that's Davidsonville.
What I like about Davidsonville is you're gonna find a profile of a more upper middle class family. So while their average income is $195,000 for a household, which is nothing to scoff at, we're not talking about an average income of 15 million like you're seeing on Gibson Island. So a lot of times these are dual income families that are operating at a really high level. The houses are spacious and oftentimes offer 2 to 3 acres. That's a very normal profile of a house there. So your neighbors are going to be people who are definitely high-performing individuals, but they might not be a Supreme Court justice.
It has a very similar feel to the most northern part of Baltimore County, but you're much more close to Annapolis and DC.
And back to Annapolis waterfront. This is one of the most sought after communities because it's so picturesque, it's so historic, and it has a rich tradition of people just flocking there to enjoy the lifestyle. And the home prices certainly reflect that.
So we have things such as the Naval Yard and the Naval Academy. We have the historic downtown of Annapolis, which is our state's capital.
You might be surprised to know that 65% of those luxury buyers are not coming from Maryland. They're coming from Northern Virginia, DC, and out of state to experience one of the best lifestyles that Maryland has to offer. It's also the fastest growing luxury sector in Maryland with a 38% increase since 2020, which tells a lot about who's coming there and why. I think this is really interesting and not super surprising, but it has the highest concentration of boat owners in Maryland.
Oh, shocker. The good news is you can pull your boat right up to all of the bars and the restaurants in downtown Annapolis. So it does, really lend itself to the boating lifestyle.
And if you have a boat and you want to be our client, we would love that because we would love to be on your boat because neither of us own a boat.
And all of the secret gems that I have down in Annapolis for restaurants, I would love to take anyone there.
Hey guys, it's Kelly. I'm here with Mike as well. And as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love even more, and that's helping families and people from all across the country make a move here to Baltimore. I moved here about 20 years ago and I've never looked back. I love helping countless families make the move as well. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen, and I've linked the description in case you missed the on-screen pop-up. Look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Baltimore. So if you are looking for a luxury lifestyle, you've come to the right place. We have tons of options here in Maryland. Or if you just like looking at fancy houses, we're here to show you that as well. We have a ton of homes that come on and off the market, and we love to share them with you because, let's be serious, they're very fun to look at.
All of these places that we outlined today have a lot of common factors such as education, jobs, waterfront, or just general lifestyle.
Maryland's a very diverse state. We've talked about this a lot, where you can get a little bit of everything, but you can get a lot of luxury in these areas. And if you're looking for a lifestyle that affords yacht clubs and country clubs and golf and private schools and equestrian, these are all areas that we can help you live and buy in and also connect you to those communities.
If you want to stay current on everything uber wealthy in Maryland, or just stay up to date with everything we have going on here in and around the Maryland area, be sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe below. I'm Mike Mislinski, she's Kelly Schuett, and we'll catch you next time.